All right, welcome to another episode of whatever we want to talk about.
3WTA.
Joined with us today is...
You got Mr. Zim up in this place.
This is Bard.
And this is Major Mallow. Today's episode is going to be about Justice
Hold
League.
on. I want to stop you right there.
Okay.
Before we get started, let's talk about how Zim was bitch slapping some 8-year-olds yesterday.
Okay, that's what we're here.
All right, if that's what we want to talk about. So, I like to play trading card games. I've played a couple, from Kingdom Hearts, the trading card game. Yes, that does exist. Most people don't play it.
Didn't fucking know it. All right.
And because of that, I switched over to Yu-Gi-Oh! Since I'd have more people to play with.
Okay.
And I went to a local tournament, and there was an 8-year-old kid there. And I didn't know if he was going to be decent or not. I mean, he could have been like a prodigy. Like, you watch anime, you watch TV, like... You have these little kids who are like wrecking people in card games. So, and it's supposed to be a children's card game anyway. So
You just fucking whipped it out.
I was
dude.
like, all right, I don't want to be the guy who loses to a kid.
Okay.
So let me not hold back just in case this guy turns out to be really good. So of course I won in the first round. Then second round, I tried to hold.
How many 8-year-olds are really good at Yu-Gi-Oh?
Okay, to be fair, this was like the first 8-year-old I met who was playing.
All right, cool. So he's like, he might be the chosen one.
The chosen one,
this
man.
8-year-old child. And
He's
you're
got
like,
a pharaoh in him or some
Like
shit.
you see kids over in Korea playing StarCraft.
yeah, but those Korean kids, they're like bred to be smart. Like they get the smartness beat into them. They can't help it.
Well, the kid had his dad right behind him. Maybe his dad is like forcing him to play Yu-Gi-Oh! To become the next
best, what is it? The
King of Games.
The King of Games. Yeah, that's what we have to have. Okay. So what happened next? Did you punch him in the face, or did you win? What happened?
Zim is no punk.
No punk ass bitch.
No.
All
So I took him to school.
right. All right. That's the way you phrasing it. So like usually some people say, yeah, I just shot the kid in the face. Yeah, that's what had happened.
No, I literally took him to school. Like I taught him how to play better because it was trash.
and then
he
the
beat
second
you.
game. No. Tell him why.
I still won all the matches, but
Why'd
at
you
least
go
I was
so
able to
hard on the second game? Why'd you go so hard on the second game?
Oh my god.
I mean, what if he was like hustling? You know, you see that people do that. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna like put down your guard or whatever. So no.
I don't trust this kid. This kid might be a prodigy. Let me beat his ass, like with no remorse whatsoever.
You know
and then
what
the second time around, it's like, nope. He fucking with me. He ain't that bad. It's like he's like 8 years old. Nah, man, he got a trick up his sleeve. Then you beat him a fifth time, whatever. Then he's sitting there crying. He's like, nah, he's trying something. He's doing something with those tears. Those aren't real tears.
This ain't real.
All right. So you beat the kid. You took him to school. You beat him twice or 3 times, or whatever.
Right, and then I gave him like advice after.
Okay. So is this a story that we're gonna have to tell everybody? It's like, hey man, I had this one card game against this 8-year-old and I totally whooped his ass.
No, I just like the idea of bitch slapping 8-year-olds.
Bitch slapping 8-year-olds.
Mm.
Speaking of, since we're take a little break before we even get to talk about the fucking movie, because whatever. So we had some insanity happen last week. I don't know if you told Zim about it, but you were having some problems.
Oh man! Oh, yeah.
I think you did tell Zim about it.
I did tell Zim about it.
He called Zim at 1 a.m.
He called Zim at 1 a.m. How about we break it down a little bit, but not get too close.
All right,
into
so
it.
this is my story. I had to go to court.
Yeah,
and I'm a pretty badass Mexican, so obviously there's other pretty badass Mexicans with the same name as I do.
Okay,
and I got called up there, and they were like, Bard, for this offense, you're now sentenced to 5 years in prison.
All right.
And I was like, what? This is my first offense. Apparently, there was another guy named Bard.
Okay. No, wait. Before you found that out, tell me the text message that you sent to me when you found out you're about to go to prison.
Keep doing the podcast.
This motherfucker getting ready to go to prison. I'm like,
I sent the text message. Oh shit. Like, they're going to take my phone away. I'm going to prison for 5 years. Keep doing the podcast.
I'm like, you sure you don't even do anything? You don't even take care of your stuff? Like, sell your toys off, whatever. Like, take care of your computer? No.
That's the message he sent. Okay, the message I got.
No. Okay, let me say, like, the whole thing was, I'm sitting there going, like, he's not thinking clearly because, like, okay, take care of my car, sell my car. No, it's like, podcast. Because when I get out of prison, you gonna take care of me because y'all niggas gonna be, y'all gonna have the podcast like on lock and then you gonna be just rolling in money.
If there's any
my
people
God.
listening, this is how much we care about you guys. If we're going to prison, we still care about you.
Yeah, the podcast needs to live.
We loyal.
Sitting there like, I'm just gonna be here, me and Zim just chilling like, oh man, we had a third, but like, he gone. We don't know what to do anymore.
He'll be back in 4 years, 370, 300 days.
We gotta get like a guest every other week to fill
Unless
in the
he's on
void.
good behavior, then he might get out a little sooner.
All right, so Zim, what did he tell you?
No, he texted me, what, I can't even remember like what time I got the text first. But he's like, Zim, can you like write me a letter explaining like why I shouldn't go to jail or something like that, like a reference? And I was like, yeah, if you need to put me down as a reference, okay. Like I don't have experience with any of this.
Because I needed to have references. Yeah, it was.
Why you should go to jail? You have to have references. I was like, hey man, don't send him to jail.
No, it was. I needed a reference. I needed to provide four people that know me.
Yeah,
So I used one of you, and like I didn't even ask you,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
just
"Hey
knew.
Zim, can I use you as a reference?" And then later on that night at like 1 a.m., I told him what the reference was for.
Just sneaking in there because you had to show up to court, and go like, nah, he's a pretty good guy. Sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently the podcast is really important to Bard. So that's the story. We're gonna set on that. So let's get into the topic of the day, which is Justice League. Zim, how about you give us a little spoiler-free breakdown on the film before we get into it?
All right, spoiler free. Let's go. So, forget all of the advertisement you guys saw for this movie. It has nothing to do with it. There's no Unite the Seven. Justice League. It's about starting a universe, I guess. Still trying to start up the DC extended or the DC EU. Trying to get the superheroes. I'm sorry, guys. I can't.
Okay, just 1 second.
Well, you know what?
Just 1 second. Just forget everything you saw in the trailers because it's not in the movie.
It's
The
not.
first trailer you saw, most of that was from the Zack Snyder cut or just from deleted scenes. That's
It
not in the
doesn't
movie.
matter because you know what? This movie won the Academy Award for Best Movie Ever.
In what world?
In the Bizarre universe, I'm guessing.
Dude, I declared it. That makes it true.
The Bard universe?
No.
All right.
All right,
I mean, okay.
yeah.
So, yeah. So, it's starting up the DC universe, which, trying to forget about BVS, Batman
Yes.
versus Superman, and
Oh yeah, they want
restarting,
you to. They really
want-
do.
Wait to watch that.
introducing all the heroes who they're going to make movies for later on. And that's what this movie was supposed to set up.
All right, so before we even get started into like the spoilers and what we like and dislike, we're gonna have to settle this down. Who's defending this movie today?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Bar's gonna defend this movie. Zim.
Okay. So overall, because we've had a lot of bad DC movies, I would say that this is like, I feel it needs two different ratings. The general rating, 1 to 5, which I would give it a 2. But it also needs a rating for movies, DC live action movies,
Yes.
or just not even live action movies, but DC live action, because we're also looking at UCW.
Okay.
On that scale, I would put it at like a 7 or 8
Okay.
when you compare it to what else is out there.
All right. Let's see. How would I rate this movie? Shoulder shrug.
How dare you?
I don't have like a word for it. It's like shoulder shrug because it's that's the grade I would put it for being a DC movie because it was not as bad as Batman vs Superman. Wonder Woman was better than this one, except for the last 10 minutes of Wonder Woman. Suicide Squad is still fucking garbage.
That was a good movie. I like that one.
Don't lie to anyone, man.
That was good.
Suicide Squad
Joker,
is
dude. That was the
Ooh.
best
We're not
Joker
even
I've
doing-
ever seen. Like
we're
that
not-
Joker scared the
not
shit
We're
out of
saving
me.
that for a different episode.
Save that for another fucking episode. But
Okay, now I'll just say, like, because that Joker was crazy. Because you'd be like, "That's the Joker." I'd be down to chill with him, but at any moment,
He'd fucking
he's
murder
gonna
you.
flip his shit,
Yeah.
and I'm fucking dead.
like it's a half a step in the right direction. I can say that for this film. I guess they're trying to be like Marvel or something, but that's a discussion for a little bit later. But yeah, I just say shoulder shrug for this one. It's just I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I didn't really like it either. I'm like no emotions towards this. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I'm probably gonna get heated at a couple of things, but it's not as much as our tried and true Batman versus Superman. So who wants to do a little? How are we gonna do this? You want to do a story breakdown, or we're gonna do goods and bads and work off that? How are we gonna do this?
We're just good. We got to start with the good.
Start with the good. Okay, we're gonna start with the
We're
good.
gonna start with the good.
Start with the good.
All right, starting off with the good
Yes.
for myself, I loved Wonder Woman in this movie. I mean, I don't think she was as good as she was in actual Wonder Woman.
Yes.
But starting off with that, the bank scene, where she's like speed rushing through all those bullets, knocking bad guys out of here.
That was Zack Snyder.
Let me
Zack
ask
Snyder
you a
did that scene.
question.
Probably the only good thing Zack
I
Snyder
need to
did.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you drink her bathwater?
No.
You liar.
Okay, I am sitting here in a Wonder Woman jacket, a Wonder Woman hat, and all that great stuff.
And Wonder Woman draws.
I do own those, actually. I'm not kidding.
He would drink her bathwater,
But
he
I would not
slurp that
no,
down.
No, that's even Zim has to draw a line somewhere.
It's fucking disgusting, man. Okay,
We can't all be bards.
I will say that scene was interesting, but that was the only interesting fight scene within the entire film.
What?
We can argue about that a little bit later. I'm just going off his point. Also, you love Wonder Woman in this movie. She barely had any reactions. There was one time she had a unique reaction to something, and it was when Superman fucking teleported or zoomed out of the water. She had like this face on I've never seen her have, and I loved it. Every other time she's like, she's like pouting. Then throughout the entire movie, she's like trying to scrunch her brows down.
From what I got was because her boyfriend's dead. I didn't see Wonder Woman, so I don't know. But I guess
No,
the man that
okay,
she loved
okay,
is
no,
dead.
that's bullshit. Because at the end of Wonder Woman, she's still fighting for humanity. They don't show you what caused her to stop fighting for humanity. Yes, they said that in the movie, and they said that shit like in BVS. But in Wonder Woman, you don't see her go like, I'm turning my back on you guys. So that's not there. So there's just did you see Batman vs Superman?
No.
Okay, yeah. So you don't understand like the unbridled rage that's rising to me even thinking about that movie. But there's things that they set in that movie that don't pay off here. All right. So like real quick. So at the end of Batman vs Superman, right, when Lois Lane comes up, takes a little bit of dirt, like throws it on his grave. Right at the end of the movie, right, the dirt rises as if he's gonna come back alive right then and there. Right. It just starts rising off the coffin. It's fucking weird. This movie, they want you to forget about that. It's like, oh no, we can't do that because we gotta resurrect him with the fucking
box,
mother box,
Trinity,
mother box and shit like that. So there's some shit they do in Batman vs Superman they don't want you to think about. These movies are connected, but they're not connected very well. It's kind of like what they did.
It's like X-Men.
No, it's like Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel TV. They're not really talking to each other, and they're just doing whatever they want to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, go on to your next points.
Well, I mean, I think there's also a couple lines that definitely not enough to save the movie, but they were good lines.
I got about 10 of those written down here that I'm going to go over.
Everything. I'm sorry. No, this is a bad thing I'm about to go for. I'm already going to the negative. So go ahead. Good points.
So,
good points.
For example, the line where Cyborg's all like, it's weird you meant me, when he's talking about how his father is scared to have people find or see the monster.
That was an interesting line, yes.
Yeah, it's a good line.
Yes.
And, okay, something else that's good-ish is I'm glad we're not doing the whole mini villain thing that superhero movies are known for, where it's like, oh, we're not going to get into the real villain until like the third act or halfway through the movie. Like they showed us Steppenwolf at the beginning. Yeah.
So, I want to say something about Steppenwolf. He acted like he was that villain. He was the mini villain throughout the entire movie.
He acted like he was the mini villain, but we didn't have the whole.
He throughout the entire movie, he acts like he is the mini boss. Like as soon as you open the mother box, the real boss comes through. And
the mother's supposed to come out. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, I guess he didn't know about it.
Yeah,
okay, he doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, but
apologies for Bard.
You felt the same way. You didn't know, so you don't know much about the universe. Bard does not know much about the comic books or the movies. He did, like I said.
No, so I expected some badass bitch to jump out of the box.
You expected that too.
So
from us, we know because we have previous knowledge and we know about the character and other shit like that. So it's nice to know that you coming in blind also got that feeling that he acts like a mini boss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just hop on that point. Next point.
Amazon Keep Away. That's another scene I just really
Those
love.
bitches were ripped.
Oh my god, dude! With the arrow.
Yes.
Oh
Like-
god!
That was beautiful. In another movie, that could have even been like a favorite scene, but
That could have been edited better, though.
could have been edited better, but at least the idea and
Yes,
the execution. Like,
The idea, I would not
no,
execution.
maybe not
the
execution,
idea.
but the idea.
Yeah, it could be done better.
Dude, man, they were so fucking hot, but at the same time, like they were so scary. Like I don't
Break your dick off.
They're just gonna like twist a little bit. You hear that? You
Like,
hear
no!
your dick.
As like the girls that were holding like the giant hammers is like snoo. Damn, girl.
Right?
Oh man. But yeah,
No.
the scene could have been done better, but I did appreciate that scene. I'm still saying that Wonder Woman scene was top notch in the beginning. It didn't make any sense though. It didn't even need to be in the movie.
It didn't need to.
It didn't.
But I
It
think
was fan service, honestly. That's what I
Man, I
mean.
But it was-
enjoyed
it was-
that fan service.
Like that. And someone's talking and they're saying weird shit. Like the guy's like, "Oh, I gotta destroy the world because blah 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 blah." Like that has to mean something towards the plot. You know, like when Batman took out the parademon, like it was doing some crime, then he took out the parademon. That had something to do with the plot. What did she do that has to do with anything? That
Percent. She looked
no,
Because
she didn't. No, she didn't.
No.
She had like lightning fucking fires. What are you talking about, bro? Her mom lit the fire.
Which girl are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about Wonder Woman. If you took that fight scene
you're
out,
talking
nothing
about
changes.
Wonder Woman's
Yes.
fight scene. Not
then you
the
don't have a
Amazon's
reference
fight scene.
for her weekend. How was your weekend, Diana? Oh,
Okay.
I did nothing.
Okay,
Nah.
whatever. I'm
No,
just saying,
I'm not-
if you took that scene out, nothing changes except for, hey man, what you doing on your weekend? I wasn't doing
Okay,
nothing.
just remind me to
Fucking
get back
crime.
to this because this is probably the only thing that I did not like.
Yes,
Was that original fight scene,
which one?
the Wonder Woman fight scene
From the beginning movie.
from the beginning?
You didn't like it?
No.
Keep that on
Why?
your naughty list. No.
No, so that's why I'm saying like remind me
we're
because
trying
that
to-
is
trying to keep
I
it-
don't have any negatives written.
I'm trying to
down.
keep it light here, even though I'm like I'm knocking everything you're saying down. I'm trying to keep it light. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, something else that's kind of mixed, especially the Bruce Timm universe, the DC AU. I was really happy that we had kind of like a little flirtationship between Bruce and Diana.
We did.
Like I said, kind of like it's
Okay.
it's a reach,
Okay.
but it was there.
Okay.
I wish. I mean, it could have been more, but for what was there, I was happy with it. Something else that's kind of nice is, well, again, just going off of the Bruce Timm universe, we heard the Batman animated theme and the Superman animated theme in different places. And it was for maybe a couple seconds, but it was a nice nod.
I keep hearing people talk about it, but I don't remember watching. Maybe because like, the second time I watched it, I was talking too much shit during the movie. So I'll have to look into that. But if they did do that, I can appreciate that. That's fine.
We hear, let me see if I can remember the exact points. We hear the Batman theme when Gordon is, I think, with the first showing the light, and then we hear the Superman
Gordon,
theme.
wasted potential.
When did we hear the Superman theme? Can't even remember now. But I remember hearing it both times I watched the movie.
All right. And what else you got there? What else? How many? I don't know. Do you have more likes than dislikes? Because last time you were on fire, but you know.
A lot of my likes actually co-mingle with dislikes. Like,
Okay,
I'll
say-
like something, but there's a downside
Okay,
to it.
Save that because that's where I don't want to keep fighting you on things. We haven't even let Bard talk about how much he likes on it. So save that. You have any more? This is pure just likes. No, you don't. You're
No.
taking too long. All right, Bard, give me some pure likes we got here.
The first thing I liked
Yes.
was that little kid asking, "Can we ask you some questions for our podcast?" You know, I love podcasts.
Yeah, you like podcasts.
And he straight up asked, "Have you ever fought a hippo?" And his older brother's like, "Sure, that's a stupid question." He's like, "No, hippos are dangerous." Like,
Did Superman's lips look weird to you?
nah, he looked like fucking Superman.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
He didn't notice it.
He didn't notice it.
And
Sorry.
What's
again, I
wrong
didn't-
with his lips?
His lips are CGI'd in certain scenes. You can tell when Zack Snyder does a scene, and when you see Zack Snyder part, you can kind of see that shadow because you can't never get rid of that part. But then it's like gone.
Well, if you wax.
If you wax, yeah, but then it's gone when you see Joss Whedon part.
No, I didn't know.
It's distracting when you looking at it. But if you didn't see it, man, good on you. What else you got?
Actually, okay, I'm sorry.
there? Go ahead.
That scene bothered me because,
Okay.
okay, so the kids ask, or Superman's response when they're asking him all the questions.
What?
Has anyone else on this planet been to Krypton?
I don't know. But
No, they won't have enough. What are they going to do? Just ours here, you liar.
But they would
It's
just
gone.
they would just assume like Superman don't need to fly. Or I mean, Superman don't need to drive. Why would his dad have car keys? So that's why he couldn't say his father.
They didn't have superpowers on Krypton.
Yeah. They were like, they were normal people. He's only able to do what he's able to do because of the yellow sun, our sun.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
On his planet, he's just a normal dude.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So they don't have no special powers on Krypton?
They have like a very advanced technology.
All I'm saying is I don't see how that line could have tied him into being Clark.
Start. That's why.
It might as well. They probably got brain power. Damn it. I'm already on this thing. I'm thinking about like him sitting there going like, so what do you like about Earth? And he's like, doesn't say anything, turns away from the camera, starts smiling. It's like, he likes Lois Lane pussy. That's what it is. that's what he's thinking about. Like, I'll be like, I love the people of Earth because you guys are, I'm not an Earthling, but you guys adopted me. You guys also know. He's like, man, I love getting inside those guts. I'm just sitting there going like, you fucking asshole. Like, tell the kids you love people of the Earth, whatever. Stop fucking
beating the shit out of hippos.
Apparently.
And then, let's see, the next thing I liked was, because after that, then we go to Batman fighting that guy.
Parademon?
Yeah, the Parademon. Now, I felt that the Batman suit looked really, like, bulky.
Okay.
And
speaking of that, I can tell you why.
I like that because...
Oh, you mean that way. Okay. I was going to tell you that he gained some weight on the reshoots. I don't know if you could tell.
I couldn't because his... Yeah. But I just felt like, oh man, that guy looks like he's like more to be dealt with. Because in Christian Bale, he looks all like thin and cut and stuff. But like this Batman, he was like,
he wasn't that thin and whatever. I'm not going to argue that one. But yeah, I think he might have been bigger than Christian Bale in this one, but he did get kind of fat. Yeah, towards the end,
he looked pretty bulky.
When you saw the Joss Whedon part of it, he's like, dude, he gained some weight. Remember that one part they popped his shoulder in, and he was like trying to hide his stomach. Like when he turns away and he's trying to hide his stomach, he's wondering, so he got a little bit of gut.
No, I didn't see that.
when the woman pops his shoulder in, they're shooting it away to hide his stomach because he gains the weight in the reshoots. But yeah, that's a little thing. Go ahead.
So with Batman, the other thing I liked was Alfred. I liked Alfred.
Oh, Alfred, he's a sassy bit. He's so awesome.
Like, I think there's a couple times where Alfred he's like, it's about time someone gets a date in here. Or he's like, don't you miss when the most of our worries were like wind up exploding penguins?
Yeah,
that cracked. Now, here's the thing though is.
Agreed.
I could not decide who was my favorite character.
Okay.
I have to say Superman.
Yes.
Because I love Superman.
Yes.
All right.
But I couldn't decide whether it was Barry Allen.
Oh, you dirty motherfucker.
Aquaman.
You dirty
because,
motherfucker.
Dude, Barry Allen was the funniest
fucker
my God. In that movie, dude.
Oh, no.
Like, okay, hold on. I got some stuff written here.
No. Wait. No. Give him a chance, Malo. Give him a chance.
He's like,
what did you find funny about Barry?
Or he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I know you have skills. And he's like, yeah, I played the viola, some web design, sign language, monkey sign language. And then
did you even get that reference though?
No, I don't care. But that shit was funny. And then he's like, what about this, dude? This is on like spaceship stuff. And he's like, yeah, I do competitive ice skating.
There's
and then he's
one
like,
thing.
Very competitive ice
There's
skating.
one thing he said that was funny. And it was a callback joke when he said Pet Cemetery. Like that legit got me to go like, ha ha. Everything else he said pissed me off. I'm like, you are trying too hard to be funny. Shut the fuck up. Stop it. This is not Barry Allen. Wally West or Garth or Girth, whatever his name is, was
Bart.
Is it Bart?
Bart Allen?
Bart Allen or Wally West. I can expect that from, not Barry Allen.
No, Barry Allen was hilarious. He's like,
so annoying.
What the fuck is up with brunch?
He was so annoying. Like people are okay. I'm already jumping to it. Like there are people dying in the room next to him, and he's trying to tell jokes and stuff. Like, I just push people and whatever. And like Batman's like, just fucking save one.
He's
save
afraid
one.
of bugs. I'm afraid of bugs. I get it.
There are people dying in the next room. You pull your fucking britches up and put your fucking
dude. Only one girl got her head snapped. Who cares?
I think two people died.
Oh no, 2 people died. That fucker was hilarious.
You could have saved both those people.
Okay, while we're on the topic of the Flash,
Oh.
I'm so confused about like his storyline right now because apparently he doesn't get the job at Central City PD until the end of the movie.
Yes.
When did he get struck by lightning then? If he doesn't have a lab,
shit.
like
yeah, that's right. And how does he have what is he doing to have that little lair he has?
Exactly. Like I can understand Batman. He's rich. That's where he gets his costume.
He just
Wonder Woman.
everything.
Why would he steal shit?
Like, where did he get the material for his costume?
Hold on. This might have been answered in the Zack Snyder cut, because there was stuff online where you can see that he did do a lot of stuff with the Flash that got cut. So maybe, why am I doing that? Because Zack Snyder is like the bane of my existence. Okay, and I'm trying to defend his Turkish airline ass.
Let's go back. Forget about Zack Snyder. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Okay,
but let's go back to
what you like.
Barry Allen, right?
Yes, you like Barry Allen.
That one scene where they're talking to Commissioner Gordon, right?
Yes, Commissioner Gordon.
And then they all just disappear. Yes. And then he turns around and they're like, "Oh snap! They all vanished." That's rude.
That would have been funny if I didn't see that in the trailer. That would have been interesting if I didn't see the trailer.
I never saw the trailer.
Yeah,
so.
you're lucky. You're lucky. Yeah.
Like, oh, Barry Allen was hilarious, dude. I love that part.
That's the stretchiest.
Oh man!
First favorite character is Superman because everybody's got to love Superman.
The sound levels are going to be so fucked.
Then you have Barry Allen and Aquaman. Aquaman was a fucking badass.
I agree. I like Aquaman.
I'm going to say this.
He was entertaining.
No homo.
Oh no. Okay.
No homo. Okay. And I'm allowed to say whatever I want after I say no homo, right?
Can
Those
you
are the rules. That's the rules.
That's the rule?
The rules have never been truly established, but go for it. Yeah, go ahead.
But damn, dude, when he took off his shirt, I was just like, damn, look at those tats. That dude is built.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Jumps back into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Those Atlanteans, man.
All right.
Like I said, it won the Academy Award.
I gotta say, between him and Superman, kind of my favorite characters, but we'll get to that later.
And also here's another thing. Bruce Wayne's Batcave.
A batarang. I think it was a batarang.
Was it?
It looked like he put a batarang in his jacket.
Another thing is, you remember when Barry Allen walked into the Batcave and he's like, "Oh man, this is like a cave, a Batcave."
Again, I just felt like
that's kind of shit I expect from him.
If you,
right?
No, like if you've read the comics, or even if you haven't read the comics, if you like watch any of the animated series or stuff like that, like this doesn't feel like Barry Allen's character.
So that's the thing. We have a non-fan, and then we have a fan. And would you consider yourself a DC fanboy, or just a DC fan?
I would. Okay. With the amount,
are you willing to defend everything they do?
Not everything.
Okay, then you're more likely a fan than a fanboy.
I'm a DC fan.
Yeah, and I am also a DC fan.
I am now a DC fan.
Boy. A DC
fine,
fanboy.
That's fine.
All right, anything else you like about it?
I just love that whole movie. Oh, and then when Barry Allen, like when he pushes that car to the end at the very end, and then he talks in like Russian, and he's just like,
Dostoevsky.
And that was also great, like seeing him pushing just like those four people.
Yeah.
But then Superman's got that whole building like taking over.
But I watched that and I was like, is there anyone actually in there? You had to really stare at it. Because that was like I think that was for criticisms I had of him in Batman vs. Superman. Not Batman vs. Superman, but I had criticism in Man of Steel where he was letting people die. And that one was like, I just say the entire part full. Then also, speaking on that part, do you think it was weird that they kept focusing on the family and they only showed
it was so unnecessary?
Okay, hold on, real quick, before you lose your shit. They focus on the family and there's maybe one or two shots that show there's other people living inside that little town they're in.
Right,
it's only when they're running away you see other people. I'm like, oh, other people live here? I thought it was just his family that lived in a bumfuck nowhere.
Okay, so watching the trailer, you see that they cut scenes about Cyborg's mom, his accident, because apparently before the accident, they cut scenes from Barry Allen.
Yes.
Where because in one of the scenes we see Iris, we see him like breaking through some glass or some crap.
Little funny bits they cut off in the trailer, those are not even in there.
And so like they cut out scenes that could have possibly fleshed out the main characters more.
Yes.
For 7 minutes of this stupid family that was. If you removed all the scenes of the family except like that very last scene where Flash pushes the car,
there's no reason we don't care. I don't care about these people.
I feel they could have kept those scenes in more.
Want you this little family? They're gonna get saved, but not right now.
You don't get attached to them. There was no point.
No, there's no reason. They did not interact with any of the characters except for the Flash at the very end of the movie. Why would I give a fuck about these people just because of a little girl? Like I don't care.
She got bug spray.
Oh, she didn't fucking use it. All right. Anything else you want to say you liked about it?
I think there was one other line or there's a couple other lines.
Yeah.
where Aquaman is making fun of Bruce Wayne. He's like, really? Dressed as a bat? And then he shows up and he's like, dressed as a bat. I dig it.
I have issues with that because they're walking around talking about how he's Batman and shit.
Everyone knows he's Batman.
I think everyone
in that town knows he's Batman because like dressed like a bat. The whole town's around. He's just talking about it. I think
he's Batman. I think he's Batman.
Okay. End of the movie when they're, trying to set up the Hall of Justice. Did you realize that it was the Wayne Manor that he's buying?
From BVS. Yes.
Exactly. It's his own house is what he's going to turn into the headquarters for the Justice League.
The Batcave's not even his house. The Batcave's somewhere else.
So that's not just, yelling, I'm Batman.
Now that y'all bring up Bruce Wayne, what I really liked
I did not like him.
That he really flaunted how rich he was.
He did not feel like Batman to me in this movie. Like very few times he did, but throughout he did not feel like Batman. He felt like Batman more in BVS than he did in this, and he felt like Frank Miller's Batman in BVS.
I don't know what that means, but
okay.
I just like the fact that
young Padawan, we will get you there.
He's like, "What's your superpower?" I'm rich, and I was like, "Badass." I like that.
Okay. Right.
I'll agree with Mercedes. You though. That was one of the things I was going to try to save for when we are officially on negatives.
Yeah,
but I got a
few goods.
Okay, so now I got to say it right now. People,
no, okay. Go get a system, man.
Batman's fights were Batman versus Superman. Granted, a lot of people hated the fact that he was willing to kill and let a lot of people die.
Oh yeah,
but I also feel like that was maybe one of the few redeeming points of it, where like. Watching his fights, you could enjoy it in Batman versus Superman.
Yes,
you really enjoyed watching those fights. This, I didn't feel anything for it.
Exactly, dude. Like the fight, do you remember the Arkham Knight games?
Yeah.
These games over here? You ever played these games?
Nope.
Okay. There's a way you fight in that game where you're constantly moving. You're checking people. You're parrying. You're always moving. You're not in one spot. Pow, pow, pow. You're not like in Streets of Rage where you just punch it. You're constantly moving. You're whipping people towards you. You're throwing batarangs. They did that in Batman vs. Superman when Batman was fighting like 20 people at once, and it was amazing. I was like, you turned a video game into real life. Fuck this league. The fight scenes here were boring.
Maybe it was just to show that he is just a normal guy.
No, okay, really, what it boils down to is that
this mother. Go ahead. I got. No, okay, wait. He punched someone so fucking hard that they flew down and cracked their neck. Like in fucking Batman vs. Superman. Like, I hate that movie, but I love a few good things about it. In this movie, he's just like, oh, I'm gonna whip you over here and tie you over here. Oh, I gotta jump over here.
That's all he can do. He's just a normal dude.
I'm putting my Owlman glasses on and fucking go down here. I'm going negatives. Come on. Give me something.
All right, no, I'm sorry.
Before I do it.
No, all I'm saying is that Batman's skills, they were waning.
Yes. Oh,
no! Look, I wasn't expecting him to use Bruce Force against the Barry. But, like, give me something, all right?
What the fuck?
This thing is going to be so spiky.
Oh, God. The fuck. Oh, yeah. The audio level's going to be fucked on this.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
but I'm not sorry.
Fuck you. Okay. Let me get my goods in before I start raging now.
Get your goods in.
Okay. I did like Aquaman. I liked him. He was a little spiced little bitch. I liked him. There's a line that my roommate keeps saying.
You want to throw in the no homo?
No, I'm not that good. I'm not there.
I'm just asking.
I didn't see that. I was looking at him, I was like, there's some nice tattoo, but I was like, oh, damn, there's no nice tattoo.
Nothing good tattoos.
No. That didn't pass through my mind. But yeah, I liked him. I wish there was more of him, get some stuff out. I like there was a line in there that my roommate keeps, saying a lot. It goes like, he's going like, woo, crunch, and he gets hit. It's like getting ready for a fight, smack. I was like, all right, man, you do you. What things I liked about the movie? I like the fact that for once in this whole fucking shit show of a DC universe, Superman was Superman. For once, he has not been Superman in Man of Steel. He was not Superman in Batman vs. Superman. He was finally Superman here, and I felt that, and I was like, yes,
dude,
thank you.
When he the whole funeral scene,
yeah.
Oh man, like that opening where they played that song, like everybody knows.
Yeah,
that was a good scene.
No, it wasn't.
I enjoyed the.
What? No, it wasn't.
No, yes, it was, man. When they were laying the flowers.
I'm a robot. I'm
like,
sorry.
They were.
I can't take it.
Man, I was touching.
You were touching. I was touching.
No, he wasn't touched. He was touching.
I was.
You jerking off again?
Superman's dead. No homo.
Like, I love dead bodies. What else I liked? Shit. What else did I like besides Aquaman and Superman. I didn't like Batman. This is just like someone. What did I like? What else did I like about this movie?
You know, you like Barry Allen.
Fuck off with that. I don't know.
Man, I
don't
wait
know.
to see a whole just Flash movie with him in it. Like,
I don't know what else I liked in this movie. I can only name 2 things. Like, I have some more dislikes than I like.
Mara. No, you didn't.
She didn't do shit. She was like, "Who is this chick?" She just said like 5 things, and that was it for her. There was no point in putting in the fucking movie.
Who's Mara?
The Aqua. When he went down to was that Atlantis? What
Yeah,
the fuck that was.
Yeah,
the fucking dark corridor of nothingness.
We'll get back to that. I have something to say about that later.
Yeah, I'm sitting here drawing a blank. I didn't write anything down because I thought I could pull things out of my head, but I could pull more negatives than positives. And the thing is, like, I don't.
Did we watch the same movie? I don't think we did.
No,
here's something which it goes back to them wanting you to forget Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
but you had a lot less Lois. And I know how you felt about her in the last movie.
She shouldn't have been in this fucking movie, man. Get her out of here.
They didn't do the whole.
No, they did need
Lois
her.
is the key.
Whatever.
Like they completely cut that.
That was the big guns right there.
I liked that Superman's outfit was blue, not dark blue, not grayish blue. Blue. I like that. You don't know about that. When we get to that shitty fucking movie, you'll see why. And I would be surprised if his costume was blue, but the color grading threw it off and fucking be. So we keep talking about this Batman versus movie. And I'm just thinking, I'm getting kind of agitated because I'm like,
you guys can we can see the steam coming off your face.
I can't wait. You know what? I want to watch that movie so bad now. I can't wait till we do that.
What did I like about this movie? Because I didn't hate this movie, and I felt neutral towards dislike, but it wasn't like severe dislike. It was like, it's whatever. But I'm super critical of this piece of shit. I can't think of anything. I'm sorry. I can't. Maybe when we talk about more of it, I can think of something I actually liked about it. Besides the Amazons, that was nice. Those girls kicking ass, even though they're all mostly died. But yeah, I can't think of things. Okay, so yeah, I can say that I like the Amazons. I liked Aquaman. I liked Superman for being Superman. I liked his costume was blue and
Alfred.
There we go. 5. I got 5 things. I liked Alfred.
Yeah,
I like Alfred. Other than that, let's get into this trash heap of a fucking movie.
Oh man. First thing, and this is just okay, I guess my complaints are there's a lot of things in this movie that just don't make sense when you think about it logically. Very beginning of the movie where we have Batman with the robber who he's using as bait for the parademon.
Yes.
So, parademon explodes. Fine, I get that. You have more important things to do. But the robber, comes back around, and he's, right next to him, and they have a conversation. He's like, I'm gonna let you go. Not even, tie you up for the cops or anything.
No, that makes sense. Batman's got something more bigger to worry about than this fucking demon.
This dude was shooting at him, point blank earlier. That's the guy just gonna leave.
That he's got to deal with. That's that dude shooting at him now realizes he's not such a big threat.
I have a question.
Right.
How come no other parademons exploded?
It was a kamikaze effect. It wasn't. I had the same thing when I first watched it. I was thinking, oh, they exploded because of that whole sound thing. And then my roommate and I, we rewound it. We rewatched it, and no, he only explodes not because of the sound, but after he's caught when the sound is over. And he's screaming, and that's when he kind of just explodes later.
Okay. Go ahead.
Something else that just doesn't make sense. So Amazon scene. Granted, I loved it.
Yes.
But the one who I guess we'll just call her No Name Amazon, who a horse falls on her. Now you're telling me these Amazons are strong enough to bring the house down. This whole cave is falling. They're holding up giant. I'm sure these rocks weigh tons.
Yes.
And she can't pick up a dead horse on top of her?
It falls on her legs and she dies.
Dude, it's an Amazonian horse. That's got to be a pretty tough horse.
Yeah, a tough horse. Not a horse that would kill her. I imagine the Amazons be a little tough and she's like, oh no, I'm dead now.
It's either, okay, and I can understand. I'm not expecting them all to be Wonder Woman strength, especially because in the last movie, spoilers for those who haven't seen it, but it's been out for a year. If you haven't seen it, that's your fault.
Suck a dick.
Come on, man.
That's what that means. It's you ain't seen it, bitches. That's your fucking fault.
That's all on you. But I'm not expecting them all to be super as strong as she is, because she has the excuse of being a goddess, or at least part or a demigod. But these people have been shown to do something, and I would think they could have left a horse.
Yes, and Wonder Woman, they were bouncing around and fucking shit. They were like, they were taking out armed soldiers. Granted, it was World War I, firing little, like, I forgot what you call it, MRAMs or some shit, M1s, whatever. But yeah, they were shooting those things off, and they were taking them out with arrows and stuff like that. They were doing a pretty good job.
Question is, who took all the different photos that, like Cyborg's looking at, Bruce is looking at? Like, we have photos.
I thought I was trying to figure it out too. I was like, they didn't make any sense. He just pulls it up and like, is he going to Lex Luthor's? Like, no, because it was weird. Yeah, he has inside photos, which were basically set photos that they just put a little overlay on and said, oh, these are photos from, I guess, Lex Luthor's files or some shit. I don't know.
Like, you have a photo of like Bruce in costume, no cowl, posing.
It's a production set photo that they did that. It was stupid. I don't know what that was. Okay, real quick. Okay, before you're moving too far away from the Amazon thing, I want to say something about that.
Yeah.
So when they were talking about the whole time with the mother boxes, right?
Right.
Okay, come in, guys. Come in close when I say this. Right. I want you to remember this shit.
Hood around the fire. All
right. So when they were talking about the flashback, they had gods fighting. They had humans.
Ooh,
they had.
Don't get.
I'm not going to get the god things. That's all you. They had Atlanteans and humans. Armies.
Green Lanterns.
They had one Green Lantern. Okay. They had armies of people fighting for these boxes, right? Armies. Where the fuck were the armies at the end of the movie? The Amazons weren't there.
No, they explained it. Okay,
what?
They did explain that. He said the first time that he came down, he wanted to prove a point.
Yeah.
So he brought this big ass army to like destroy everybody. The second time,
he had an army.
No, we're not talking. He's not talking about Steppenwolf. And this is a point I had. I was going to bring up too. Why is it that no one? Okay. They had to use so many armies to try to battle Steppenwolf and his army that we're not seeing any of the Atlanteans help out. Yeah. We're not seeing any.
They got their boxes stolen and they said, we're going to sit down. That's it. The Atlanteans got their boxes stolen. We're just going to sit this one out. Like, I imagine like everyone at the end of the movie comes together to go like, he is the major threat. We faced him thousands of years before. We all came together. It's not just about the Justice League. We all groups of people, every race. And I was sitting there going like, why would you even show this to me? If he like, are you trying to tell me that each person that they have represents an army? Is that what you're trying to say? Because if that's the case, they're not doing a very good job towards the end of the movie because they're getting swarmed and getting their ass kicked a lot too. Yeah, they're basically fending off into, the god that is Superman comes up and solves everyone's problem, which I have a problem with him solving everyone's fucking problems. Just because I liked his character doesn't mean I like the way they fucking swooped him in there. I just want to say that. Just put that out there.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, okay. So just continuing on with that point. Actually, so the way I saw it, okay, so we see after the Atlanteans have their mother box stolen, and Mara's trying to convince Arthur to to go after Steppenwolf. I pictured this scene going a lot like the Black Panther scene. For those of you who haven't seen it, again, I'm apologizing. Spoilers.
Come on.
Okay, I can't help you defend that one. I'm sorry.
No. So the scene where Black Panther's so Arthur tells Mara, all right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to need something for you. I thought he was going to ask for, an army or some technology or something. Yeah, that would be the only thing he takes is just like the trident.
How does he know about that?
About the trident?
Has he? From the way she was talking, it made it seem like he doesn't come down to Atlantis often at all. How did he know where to go? Why did he go to Atlantis? And then how does he know about their armor and trident?
Origin movie is all I can put that on.
Maybe.
But
I thought he just got like a little something. I didn't even put together that he got a trident.
Were you jerking off again? Like, could you just like, because you said, hey man, you said no homo and you just whip your dick out. It's like, oh shit, there's a girl here now. I can take the no homo part off.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's how it goes.
Okay.
No, but back onto the Black Panther scene I was talking about.
You ever watched gay porn? And you just
no. We can start off with just no.
I was going to say no.
You're like, man, these guys know that the girls that's about to show up is so hot that they need to get started now.
You live an odd life, my friend.
Bard's over there enjoying himself.
All right.
Like the Black Panther scene I was thinking of is like near the end of the Black Panther movie where, T'Challa's asking for an army.
Yes.
And it's like, no, we won't give any lives to your cause. I could see it like, Arthur like, Mara, I'm going to need an army. And she's like, we'll give no Atlantean lives to your cause. And we just try to say something like, gulp, gulp, Go, 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 go.
Only if you saw the movie that makes sense.
It only makes sense if you saw the movie. Go watch Black Panther. It's a lot better than this.
It hurts a little bit, but yeah, you got to see the movie for him to get that reference. It's okay. Also, yeah, it's like, why would you not ask for a fucking army? You think you can face an army and just, whatever. All right, keep going.
Something that bothered me about this is, okay, so we've seen the Atlanteans thousands of years ago, during this fight, and, they're using their tridents, their swords, their shields. This was thousands of years ago. Now we're in present day Atlantis, or at least a temple in Atlantis where they're guarding.
You couldn't see shit in there. It's like,
why didn't the guards have better weapons? You would feel like, are Atlanteans?
Amazons didn't progress either, dude.
No, that's another thing I was bothered about.
It's like Token. It's like they don't progress past a certain age. They stop, and because that's the cool age.
It's the age of legends.
Yeah.
I would feel like, thousands of years would give Atlanteans at least, whether it doesn't have to be like super technologically advanced, but maybe magic, because I would assume Atlanteans have some form of magic, reading comics and the like. Like, I would feel like they would have better defenses, especially for like the mother bomb.
It looked like an open corridor; anyone could come in from where they were shot. So when you saw them, how did you think they were going to talk to each other? The Atlanteans.
I didn't expect that bubble of air.
You didn't expect that? Okay, cool. Just making sure, because I didn't expect that either. I saw like, I thought you guys like either telepath or you could just talk to each other underwater.
I figured they would just.
I didn't get it.
I know what you're saying. I
didn't know you actually had like speak with oxygen. I was like, that was okay. That was weird. Okay, Zim, give me a second because we go on a little bit too much on you.
All right.
You got some dislikes you want to talk about real quick, because we're bouncing off of it, but unless you just really like this movie and nothing's wrong with it, unless we actually explain shit to you.
Like,
Turkish Airlines.
I didn't like that, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Where the guy was about to set off the bomb.
It has nothing to do with anything in the movie. You didn't like that scene?
No, like, I was mad that he didn't get to set off the bomb.
It did. It blew up in the ceiling. I mean, not ceiling, in the air.
Like, there was the bomb didn't make sense. They said,
because it was gonna kill them.
It was supposed to be 4 blocks, right?
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be a bigger bomb, and it wasn't.
Like, I didn't get it. Like, how is it? It was supposed to, like, okay, so they're still there, so now they're gonna kill themselves, and then she just throws it up into the air, and it's just like, poof, that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're just gonna blow up the bank?
And did you really need hostages if you have a bomb that's gonna blow up 4 blocks? Like, everyone in that area is considered a hostage. Yeah. It's not just the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only part I didn't get and didn't really like.
Let's see Wonder Woman be cool and do stuff that she does not do whatsoever again in the movie.
Yeah, because then I felt, and I also watched that and I was like, oh, okay, Wonder Woman's kind of like Superman. She's fucking badass and fast and can do all this shit. But then it never goes back to that, because then she just gets her ass whooped by fucking Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
So that was my only negative. I didn't really understand that part.
Okay, don't worry, we got plenty of negatives to help you out with that. Go ahead.
I'm just upset that, okay, I feel when they're doing, again, back to that flashback 1,000 years ago or however many years ago.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if, instead of that being Zeus, because we do see that was Zeus in the credits, I think it would have been better if it was like the champion of Shazam. Because I could understand that better as like,
yeah, that would have been great. Great, like, world building.
World Shazam? Building.
Like Sinbad, that movie?
No. Like Captain Marvel, but we don't call him Captain Marvel anymore because of legal disputes.
Don't worry about it. It's like a little kid who turns into a guy. Like, he turns into Superman basically by saying Shazam.
Isn't Shazam like a genie?
You're thinking of Shaquille O'Neal movie.
Oh yeah, not Sinbad. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
that was a good movie.
But really, like 6 heroes. I don't think 6 heroes should have been able to do what an army of Atlanteans, an army of Amazons. At least 2 gods, because we see Apollo, or Artemis and Zeus, and I'm assuming other gods were there too.
Yeah, you did see multiple gods before. Yeah, you said 6 before you even include Superman. So yeah, that's what's my argument with the whole. Why don't they have armies and just not just one, a couple people to fight this army, this actual army? Yeah.
Oh, so whatever happened to the Unite the Seven? Like. Granted, they decided not to make it a 2-part movie like they originally had planned.
Yeah.
But I would have, even if you're going to cut whoever the 7th hero was, I would have liked, maybe at least something to set it up. Or I know there were rumors that Supergirl was supposed to show up in it. I know
they were speculating a lot when the trailer dropped and the guy was walking up. Someone was walking up to Alfred. He's like, "Oh, it's about time you showed up." Some shit like that.
He said you would come.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's Green Lantern," because you can see a glint in his eyes. Oh, it's Superman. Like that scene's not even the fucking movie. Superman just knows where to go when it's time to go.
So wait, who are the 7 though?
It's only 6.
Justice League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, The Flash, Cyborg, and then Superman. Yeah, I guess Superman would would be the 6th person.
Yeah, but
so yeah, the 7th like Martian Manhunter or something like that. They don't have them, so yeah. What else you got? Because my stuff is like towards the.
Hold on, is this the Cyborg? Is that the same one from that cartoon show?
Teen Titans, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was so boring in this movie. He really was. And I didn't like the fact that his outfit was CGI. You could have made. Do you remember Terminator 2?
Yes.
Do you remember how his face looked when his face got fucked up? You realize that wasn't CGI? That was practical effects.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You can make that shit on your face look nice, but it looks so. He looked so fucking fake, and it annoyed me. I'm like, you can put. Like when you look at the behind the scenes thing, all they did was they put him in a CGI suit and they put like a little red dot on his eye, LED in his eye, and like have it strapped on his face. I'm sitting there like, you can make makeup, you can make that look better. You can give him an actual suit to wear. Yeah. He looks like trash. Oh man, it was annoying looking at it.
I didn't really realize that. I thought he looked pretty badass.
I didn't.
Like a cyborg.
He looked like a piece of shit. That's what he looked like. Fucking T-9000 looks better than that shit. That's a Terminator reference. I'm sorry. Or T-1000. I said T-9000.
T-9000 is like Terminator 4 or something.
No, I would say T-1000 or T-900. Yeah, I don't think there's a 9,000. I thought it was like 1,000. Damn it, I'm throwing up a references. Fuck it.
I thought the girl was like a T-900.
She might have. No, because 900 was before when they start putting flesh on it, I think. I'm way off. I haven't seen these movies in a while. But go ahead.
Okay, that scene where they're digging Superman's body out.
Oh, you jump way over that. Before we get to that, hold on to that. Let's talk about like the wasted potential that is Gordon. What the fuck? He's in 2 scenes? Two scenes maybe?
3. If you count the third one, he doesn't talk in the third one. You have the scene where you have the person talking to him, the detective. You have the scene where he's talking to the Justice League.
Wasted.
And then the last scene where he's turning on the bat signal again.
There's nothing special about him. So
no, it's just like they were pumping him up, and before the movie, it's like, oh man, Jim Gordon's gonna be in here. Look at J.K. Simmons getting ripped for this role. So before you jump onto your thing, remember that, right? I want to say this real quick because this might throw you off a little bit. All right, I don't know if you noticed this because I fucking editing in my brain, right? So we're at the bottom of the harbor, right? Gotham Harbor. They're fighting everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Remember that shit, right? So they go down. They find people, right? Okay. They're down there. They have to jump over a thing to get to the people to save them, right? Mm-hmm. Then they go down there. Shit's happening. Batman brings this shitty fucking robot down there for some fucking reason, right? Whatever. The water starts rising, right? Aquaman can't stop it, right? The water starts rising, and then Cyborg fucks off. They're like, oh shit, the water's rising. Scene cuts, and they're at the top. They didn't show how they got out of it, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't show how the people got out of there either. They're just cut. Yeah. They're at the top. And I was like sitting there going like, what the fuck just happened? It looked like they were struggling, right? And then it cuts. They're at the top. I'm like, what? Are we missing 5 more minutes of scene or some shit? And it's, because this is like towards the middle. You get towards the end. I just probably wanted to.
But it's a superhero movie.
Shut the fuck up.
You know they're gonna save them.
That's not.
That they're gonna be saved.
That's not an excuse because they were struggling for their lives when the water was rising, and then cut. They're all fine.
Well, at a certain point, the water stops rising once it like reaches like a natural level.
Yeah, we didn't.
Actually, no, just going off.
I didn't know. We couldn't tell that it stopped because they just cut away from it.
What kind of weak trident is this?
Oh yeah.
Because okay, I would assume being king of Atlantis, you're like king of the ocean, not just one ocean, all the oceans.
He's not the king yet.
Whoever holds the trident.
I got one.
You can't stop. Not even. It's not the whole Gotham Bay, but part of the Gotham Bay leaking in. You can't stop that.
I got this one. This was for Richard. Oh, he's just learning how to use his powers and ability. That's why he wasn't able to stop it. That's for fucking Richard. He would pull that shit when we were at work. He'd be like, oh yeah, Superman let that shit happen to all those people because he was very inexperienced. Like, fuck you. All right.
Well,
that's why he's inexperienced.
I'm just going to say one thing, right? And I think without even seeing the movie, Batman versus Superman, that I'm just gonna lay it all out there and make it okay for you, right?
You're gonna watch Man of Steel first.
What if he just had a little bit of red kryptonite and then he didn't care? Fuck you. In your face. Suck it.
No, I'm not.
Yep.
Because I don't want to get into that. I
just explained Batman versus Superman for everybody.
Referencing the movie, but I don't want to dig into it. I don't want to dig into it. Mal doesn't want to dig into it. I know I keep referencing it, but I'm on the surface level. I don't want to dig too deep because we're gonna have to do a two-parter. We're gonna have to watch Man of Steel first because that's what the rage started.
You ever watch Smallville where he puts on the
don't hate on Smallville.
I love Smallville.
I love you some Smallville.
Yeah. He puts on that red kryptonite thing that explains the entire Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
I love it. I need to start that season over again.
When we do this, right, we're going to start with Man of Steel because that's when my rage started, right? Because I was like, guys, no one sees this shit. This shit's fucked. And then we get
Man of Steel had potential.
I've never seen it.
Yes, it did. We can talk about that. And then we get the Batman vs. Superman. And then we're going to rage here for 3 hours because I'm just fucking lose my mind. And we might have a special guest. You never know.
No. I think this has already been like one of our longest episodes.
Yeah, we are. We're not even done.
No.
We're not done.
Halfway through.
We're not fucking done.
Why are y'all so angry? Like, just.
I'm not angry.
Okay,
I'm not really angry,
you know what?
honestly, about it.
Let's just, I'm going to cool y'all down.
All right.
Let's take it down.
All right.
I'm like a snack hole.
What?
Remember that
what he's saying is that he's very hungry.
Oh yes, thank you, Zim, for bringing it home.
Pound it.
Look at Mal losing his shit. Look at him.
Fucking hate you guys.
I think he's starting to shake. Him in his stupid fucking blue shirt.
Blue shirt every day, bitch.
Come on, no one's gonna say thanks, Bard.
But and this isn't near the
Thanks, Bard.
I can't wait till we get a shirt that says "Thanks, Bard" and we start selling that shit.
All right. So hop over to your little thing.
Well, I was gonna say it was you have Cyborg and Flash digging out Superman's coffin.
Yes.
And they're talking, trying to figure out like how can you do this, whatever. And Cyborg's whole thing was because I saw Steppenwolf up close. This is after the Gotham fight or the Gotham Bay fight. Didn't they all see him up close? Like I don't feel that's something. Like Flash saw him up close too. That's not an answer to anything.
It's not an excuse.
Like I said, a lot of this stuff just doesn't
not an excuse whatsoever. I thought you want to get to the actual resurrection scene.
No,
you want to talk about that?
Actual resurrection scene.
Let's
How
talk
long
about
does that take? Because when they're breaking in, it is night. Like you look, they're like it is pitch black outside.
Yep.
You have the skylights, whatever.
Yep.
And I'm assuming what they do takes. Let's be gracious. Let's say it takes them 3 hours to find the exact corridor. To find, or they bring in the mother box, whatever, sneaking in. Let's be gracious and give them 3 hours.
Very gracious, but go ahead. Especially with Batman. You think it takes Batman 3 hours to sneak in somewhere?
No. I'm being very gracious.
Yeah, very gracious.
Superman wakes up, he busts through this place.
Whoa. You skipping, bro.
I'm skipping, but I'm just trying to get to the point. The point is, when he breaks out, it's not even dawn. It is bright outside. It is like maybe...
because I understand that Superman can make like time go backwards.
No. This ain't Christopher Reeves, motherfucker.
So
no.
If it like when Superman is Jesus and he just jumps up like it's got to be daytime, it makes sense.
They do this constantly with movies, day, night. They expect you not to pay attention to it. They do it in Marvel movies. They do it a shit ton of movies, day, night. They did that in Dark Knight.
What scene?
Is it Dark Knight Rises? What was the third one called? Was it Rises? The third one? No, Rises. I don't know. The last one with Bane. When they come out from the Wall Street Exchange, whatever the fuck that place is, they're driving with their motorcycles. It is daytime, and they go underneath the bridge or whatever, and they come back out. It's night.
It's probably a long bridge.
It's one of those Fast and Furious.
They don't want
bridges.
you to think about it. So so let's talk more about the resurrection scene.
They can't let him rest in peace.
All right, Bart, this is for you. All right,
Kent.
I want you to explain.
Clark Kent.
Stop it. Fucking stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
Stop the
When am I
evilness.
supposed to pay attention?
All right. So when they grabbed him, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they took him out of his grave, describe Superman to me when they took him from his grave.
He had a picture of his dad.
Oh, good. Okay. What else?
He was in a suit.
He was in what?
A suit.
Say again?
A suit.
He was in a suit?
Yeah.
Superman was in a suit.
Yeah.
Like
not a Superman suit,
like a normal person suit.
Yeah,
like a button shirt, a tie, a jacket, pants, a belt, some socks and shoes.
If I remember correctly,
Then they put his ass in the water, and then what happened when he came out the water?
Well, he was in his Superman clothes, right?
He wasn't in Superman clothes. What was he wearing when he came out the water?
Yeah, he was just in his. Well, you know what? That makes sense.
Does it?
Let me explain it to you, right?
Okay.
He busts out of the water
Yes.
in just pants and no shirt.
And no belt.
And no belt.
And no
Okay.
socks. And no shoes.
You know why? Because the
Yes.
electricity fried it off of him.
Fried it off of him.
Yeah. But he's got the Superman pants on, so that's why it was safe.
It's like when you're
Fuck
watching anime and they can't.
Man, you
the
can't
clothes are
make me
ripping,
not
but
like
if it's
this
a female,
movie.
Yeah.
you can't rip the.
It just stops like little bit of cloths to cover up the nipples. This motherfucker
Hold
lost
on.
his belt, lost his shirt, lost his jacket.
Superman was built too.
That's not even homo to say he's built. Like you saying, like I want to lick some cream off his nipples. That's homo. If you just
his nipples taste like?
that's homo right there. There you go. There's your homo part right there. There you got it. But he came out and his hair was nice and clean and coiffed or whatever. And they just put his ass he was in the water and it was swimming around and shit. So his hair is all nice. And he got a pair of pants with no belt, no socks, no shoes, no shirt, no tie.
Well,
no
if you
jacket.
think about it, okay, so I wear gel, and when you get your hair wet, it moves around.
Okay, fuck
but
you.
then when
Okay.
it dries up,
Yeah.
it goes back to being nice and
How you
short and
defend
firm.
him only wearing a pair of pants when he comes back alive?
Like I said, the electricity burned
The
it all
electricity.
off from what's his name, Barry Allen, touching the box.
How come he didn't come out there with just underwear?
Because he's got the Superman pants on.
He didn't have the Superman socks on?
No,
Okay.
ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That was stupid.
You
That's
know
what I
what-
saw.
you know
That was
what-
stupid.
you
You know they did that
remembers-
just like I want to see his
Okay,
I want to see his bare
Have
chest. That's what it is.
y'all ever seen the movie Only the Strong Survive?
You keep
Every
asking us
episode.
every fucking podcast. No, we have not seen that movie.
Because there's this one scene where the guy's just wearing pants and no shirt and no.
I don't think he was resurrected from the dead.
All right, okay. No.
Okay, speaking of resurrection, right?
Right.
So when Cyborg resurrected with the mother box, 'cause that's what he used to resurrect him, he came back as a cyborg because it rebuilt the parts that he lost, right? They were trying to explain away in the beginning of it, because I remember watching it again, they were trying to say like, oh, he has Kryptonian blood, blah, 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 blah. I'm sitting there going like, oh, so that's your excuse for reason that he doesn't have a giant fucking metal block in his chest when he gets resurrected? Because in Batman vs Superman, he got stabbed in the chest, and that's how he dies. He gets stabbed in the chest, and then he dies. But this one is like he doesn't have any metal. He's not Cyborg Superman. I guess because he has Kryptonian DNA, he's fine with getting the mother box does not.
Why isn't there a scar?
Oh shit! Yeah, there's no
Probably.
scar. There's no scar. So it's just a cheat. It's like, oh yeah, we just want to show off his chest and his muscles and all that stuff.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of, or at least watching it the first time. I like the Justice League versus Superman.
That was
fight.
a bullshit fight. You know it was
Where
bullshit.
they tried to
No,
restrain
don't,
him.
don't-
like-
don't get me wrong.
Okay,
No.
like I
start
feel
from the beginning. Start from the beginning of the fight. Go ahead. Go,
Right,
go
no.
say your thing.
I especially after watching Wonder Woman, I would feel that she could have held her
I
own.
wish she would. I wish she would have whooped his ass.
That's
I really
the way I
did.
felt from the first scene, because I was like, Wonder Woman seems just as badass as Superman, and then
I want you to continue on that, but I don't want you to lose track of this. How the fuck did she know his name was Kal-El?
I don't know.
Explain that one to me.
Mm.
How the fuck did she called him by his name? She didn't say Clark. She said Kal-El. There's no, I don't remember shit in the movie before this of her knowing this.
Haven't seen
She didn't even talk to him.
Well,
she didn't talk to him in the fucking.
If you really want to stretch it, she was technically around during Man of Steel, where Zod is all like, send us Kal-El, whatever.
What do you mean technically? We didn't fucking see her.
We didn't see her.
That's stretching.
No, that's what-
put
like I
it,
said,
take it away.
like-
Take it
like I
away.
said,
There's
Take it
no
away.
TVs
Take it away.
on the
Take that shit
island.
away. That is too far of a stretch. She was not even fucking mentioned in the movie.
She wasn't mentioned. I didn't say she was mentioned.
We didn't even know
but
she existed
her
in the
whole-
universe
The
during
whole
that movie.
thing. The whole thing is though that she's secretly been living in man's world. She didn't help out.
See, this makes you a fucking fanboy with this fucking logic right here. All right, whatever. I don't care. I was just curious about how she knew this bullshit. But go back to your point.
No, I liked the whole like, oh hey, we see Flash running behind him,
Yes,
and
that was
he's able
nice.
to
To see him when he can't keep up with him,
Like
which
he's,
I liked. He should not. Superman is not faster than the Flash. All right, fuck off with that shit. Okay, but let's talk about that fight before it even starts. The fight basically starts because Cyborg shoots him, right? And he doesn't do it on purpose. He just shoots him because his body tells him to do so. Okay, I call bullshit on that scene because where else in the movie did he lose control like that and do something stupid? Where else? Later on, he does it after the fight, and it doesn't count. Where else in the movie? Like if he and his little fucking laser thing was so shit. I missed the Teen Titan one, it was like a big fucking cannon. But this one, where else in the movie did he like accidentally almost do something stupid because his body told him to?
Not that fight was bullshit. This one's debatable, but when he's talking to Aquaman and his arm does it again, and he's like, I'm not doing this, man.
Yeah, that was after. That doesn't count. Before. Because that came out of nowhere. We didn't know that was going to happen.
He didn't have that power before. He said, every day I wake up with new abilities.
Bullshit. That's a bullshit answer. That's not an answer. That's a bullshit answer.
The night before I couldn't do this.
So now it's like Kryptonian DNA got to shoot this fucker. It's like, because my body made me do it. Blah, blah, blah. Like there's no other point in the movie before that established that he was having issues. It was just saying he was getting new abilities. It wasn't like he couldn't control them because he just kept doing new things. It didn't say, it's fucking with my brain.
Well, he was never threatened before.
When he was fighting Steppenwolf and the Parademons.
But he was, but he didn't feel, he was threatened at that point, but he was willing to fight. His dad was in trouble. But that's not, no.
Shouldn't you be in a higher, a heightened state if someone you love is about to be attacked? That should put you in a more stressful state than seeing undead, fat nipple. I don't know if he does or not. Superman. Look at my pictures. Like, yeah, he's right. He does have fat nipples.
Those aren't just any nipples. Those are super nipples.
That's not a pun. I let that slide. Okay, but yeah, like there's this inconsistencies I've seen with things. I'm like, that's just bullshit. And like, it could be up to because there's two different directors directing this movie. It could have been that. A lot of scenes have been cut. It's just that certain things need to be established beforehand. Like, no. I was about to go back to Batman vs Superman. I was about to do it. I was like,
hold yourself back.
Oh man,
hold yourself back.
Red Kryptonite.
Because you can't. I feel like I can't talk about this movie without talking about that movie. But I don't want to talk about the movie right now because we're already about to hit an hour, and we don't have 3 hours left to go in detail. Because remember in the parking lot, I was out there for like an hour or two shouting in the parking lot, breaking it down from beginning to end, how much I hated Batman vs Superman. What was wrong with it?
He really, really hated it.
Oh man, let's go. Give me another fucking point.
Oh, all right. So Flash's super speed was the worst thing. Like, okay, you watch Man of Steel. They did super speed right. Like you see Feora like speed rushing those soldiers. That looked hot. You see Wonder Woman at the beginning of this movie. She's like, blasting off or deflecting those bullets. That looked hot. But this movie, or when Flash is going fast, the way he ran looked terrible.
It looked like
he's just like flopping around.
It looked like he doesn't know how to run. Either he doesn't know how to run or his costume does not allow him to with a full range of movement. And either one of those things can be possible. But he looked goofy as shit when he ran.
And so they don't have the excuse to say that they can't make it look good. Because they've made it look good in so many other places, even in this movie. But when he does it, it's just terrible.
I don't know. Man, this movie pisses me off. What was I was talking about some of the stupid ass lines with like the cliche lines Zack Snyder probably wrote. It's like one of them is like it's like Batman's like, oh man, it's a storage of power or something like that. And it's like, oh, it's not. It doesn't contain power. It is power. I'm like, shut the fuck up. shut the fuck up. That's a stupid ass line. Stop it.
Well, that reminded me of y'all like Naruto, right? With Kaguya.
I'm pretty sure he's asked this
before.
No,
I don't like Naruto.
Man, y'all just don't understand me.
No, I get you, bro. I just don't like Naruto. I don't like Naruto like you do. I appreciate the fights though. Like that's something joy, but I just can't watch anymore.
So what happened to the whole witch women? Like, because there was like 3 for each mother box that would when Steppenwolf brought him down, who would like be chanting something as the mother boxes came together. Like, were they just hype men? Because at the end of the movie, or when he brings them together, like we don't see any of them. They ain't doing anything.
They want it's like. I'm gonna say it's like Batman vs Superman. Just want you to forget shit.
I haven't been hyped up in a long time.
I was gonna say,
bring it out. Hype me up.
We're not gonna spike these things.
You don't have to get loud. Just hype me up, bro.
I don't got one right now.
Give me a little bit of taste.
I can't think of anything right now.
All right.
I have to get through it later because when I'm not chewing gum and like have a microphone where I can like spike it the entire time. I don't have any place to move. Like I gotta move, right?
You do.
I gotta move. So one of these days I might record myself giving you a hype. What else, man?
But seriously, what was their purpose?
To look cool.
All right, fine. I felt like when Wonder Woman and Aquaman were fighting against Steppenwolf, that could have been, it was okay, but it could have been done better. Like, so we've seen that Atlanteans and Amazons have had some interactions before. I would have liked to see, I don't know, like them switching weapons mid-fight. Like, Wonder Woman like
actual fucking teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. Like seeing Wonder Woman using Aquaman's trident and he using her sword or something. That could have been cool.
I would have liked that.
That would have been nice. But then the only thing they had was that when Superman comes in and he does the frost breath thing. I was like, well, he has ice breath now. What the fuck? But let me talk more on that one real quick. I didn't like the fact that Superman didn't need any of them. Superman can handle basically everything by himself.
Dude, when he did that fly up punch, that Superman punch.
Yeah.
Dude, I've decided that whenever I get into a fight, I'm just going to be jumping up and down, punching. I'm just like jumping up and down.
Yeah, you have fun with that. But it felt like he could have handled everything by himself, and it was just like, that's not a team. Like, yeah, the mother box splitting up thing, yeah, he didn't know how to do that. Then he had to help him out with that. But it felt like he was just there. He was there to save them, and it was like, it's not a team. He comes in, he's a heavy hitter. I do love the fact that when he's fighting, he stops fighting to save people. I was
Civilians.
like, you made up for Man of Steel. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I was like, that's Superman. Like, yeah, you guys got this. I got to save people. Like, I love that. That's Superman.
That's teamwork right there, because he needs to go handle other shit, because they couldn't have saved all those people.
Okay.
So they do need Superman, and he does need them, because without them, he could not have saved them.
I hate that Flash only saved one family during that scene. I feel like, granted, yeah, Superman maybe saved more people with lifting the building, but I would have, with how fast Flash is supposed to be, I would have felt that we would have seen him save maybe multiple vehicles of people trying to escape or something.
I'm going to give Bard half a point on this thing. I will agree with you that, yeah, it was teamwork to have them work while he did it, but I just felt like he was too overpowered because he handled Steppenwolf like it was nothing.
Yeah, he beat the shit out
of him. If he was like, if Steppenwolf could take some of his hits, like, he can take, no, hit them a couple times, like, I can take it, and then, like, they work together, he's like, he kind of gets, like, woozy with it. I've been fine with it, but he was just handling him like a little bitch. He was like, just whooping his ass. And I was like, it looks nice and all, but like this teamwork dynamic, I'm not feeling it too much.
Dude, but that one punch did look badass, where he flew up and flew down and punched him.
You notice that he smiled in this movie? That's something you would realize. He smiled a lot in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I was like, oh my God, he can smile because he didn't fucking know how to do it in the last two movies.
He learned how to smile after he fought that hippo.
I guess we got to, hey man, Superman start fighting more hippos so you stop being an asshole about stuff.
What was up with Steppenwolf's white eyes during this fight? Because before this, every time we saw him, he didn't have like glowing white eyes.
Right? Yeah, they were glowing.
They're glowing. And like, one, they didn't explain that. I'm assuming it was, I have all three of the mother boxes.
Yeah.
And maybe like, but from what we've seen, Destroyer of Worlds, we didn't really see it powering him up. The mother boxes aren't supposed to make him stronger. It was just, we're using them to terraform this planet.
Okay, wait. So if that was the thing, so he acts like a second tier mini boss, right? Like he acts like someone in command. Like he acts like the person you fight before you get to the last boss, right? Now, if the mother boxes did something to him, then he could become the big boss that he's basically paving a way for, and that would have made more sense. But that didn't happen. I don't know why his eyes are white. Couldn't fucking tell you.
Maybe he just didn't finish his transformation because they took boxes too quick.
But the boxes weren't supposed to make him stronger, or at least they didn't lead anything up to that, saying that that's what it was supposed to do. He's just randomly. And if that's also the case, that makes me even more mad that these six, really one and a couple of people kind of helping out, were able to take him out, especially in a heightened state.
With the boxes together?
Yeah, that was weird. So I want to move backwards a little bit, talk about why I don't like Batman in this movie. Why the fuck were they trying to make Batman into Tony Stark?
Why are you fat shaming, bro?
Oh.
What does that have to do with Tony Stark?
Oh, yeah, the shit I said earlier. I don't give a fuck about that. That was just funny when I saw that. But he got hit, and he was on the ground groaning, and he was like, oh, yeah, there's some internal bleeding there. I'm like, that's not Batman. That's not my Batman. Batman would not do is go, like, make a fucking joke when he's on the ground.
He wouldn't. But I did like the... Do you bleed?
Oh, that was so good.
Like a movie that can make fun of their older movies.
I know. I was like, oh shit. You saw the look on his face like, oh shit, I did fuck up. I fucked up. Like when he came after Batman, I did like that, but I did not feel
bad.
Thank
you, Josh Whedon.
I also liked where Superman was like, I know you didn't bring me back because you like me. And he's like,
oh, yeah.
I don't not.
That was good. And I'm surprised he didn't bring any kryptonite weapons. He did like, the only way to stop him is to bring Lois Lane. It's like, come on.
I just thought, man, this movie was hilarious in general.
I'm glad that you liked it. But if you like Batman vs Superman, I'm gonna take you outside and fucking beat your ass. If you tell me like that.
I got this new fighting style where I jump up and punch down. I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass, bro. It's kangaroo fighting.
It's like, I'll let you have Justice League because I it's like, I'm talking a lot of shit about it, but like I didn't care about it that much.
And you know what? It looked pretty. Like it looked,
especially the end. The end looked shit. Like this CGI butthole everywhere.
Like the point of the plants,
the Amazon fights, the Atlantean fights, like they or the scenes.
You can have that.
When he jumps into the water and swims back, like it just looked clean and crisp. But like,
wow, you think that's clean?
Yeah,
you think that's clean CGI, bro?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right, man. I can't take your enjoyment away from you, but I can just disagree with you and say no. It's no.
I've seen some bad CGI. You ever see Troll Hunter?
I have. Wait. Is that the Netflix one, or are you talking about the Norwegian one?
The Norwegian one.
The Norwegian one, I have it. I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
That's bad.
I never got around to watching it. It didn't talk about
all relative.
All right, what else is there? Because we're getting along now.
At the end, when Steppenwolf gets like pulled up by a boom tube.
Yes.
If that was Darkseid calling him back, I feel we should have had that scene. Like whether it be an end credit scene or something, I would have loved, especially after how bland Steppenwolf was.
They did not establish his. Yeah, he's like
he did say Darkseid once.
They did not. Yeah, they did not establish who like is his boss. Basically,
didn't he say like fear the race? So I'm assuming that it's a bunch of Steppenwolves.
No. It's Darkseid. They're supposed to. They're Thanos, and their Thanos is going to be like, I guess, Darkseid, but they're not even amping him up. It's like, here's my lieutenant, my second in command, and like, okay, then who's the boss? It's like, can we get a glimpse of him? None.
Maybe it was the three bitches in a broom that called him back up.
Hey man, best anime ever.
I would have loved to see like Darkseid just spanking Steppenwolf for like screwing up.
I figured that he was dead.
He's not dead.
I would have felt like that would have been a lot better than the crap that.
I don't think the Parademons could kill Steppenwolf. Like, I think he's just nibbling on his nips or something. Nothing too crazy.
Time better spent than with that Russian family.
Yeah. What else you got?
I'm kind of confused with the whole like. We have Clark Kent walking around in Metropolis again.
Yep,
like,
we do.
I was fine with the whole, shirt pop. That was a nice touch. But this guy was supposed to be dead. Everyone in this city who knew him knows that he's supposed to be dead.
He better not go back to Smallville.
And he's not even changing his costume.
He does, because he goes back to the house.
I know, I said that.
He's moving back into the same house
he grew up in. And it's like, we went to your fucking funeral like a couple months ago. What is happening?
Just kidding.
He wasn't
undercover in a news story.
Unless everyone knows that he's also Superman too.
Yeah, that's what it basically boils down
everyone
to.
Knows who Batman is. Everyone knows who Superman is.
Well, yeah, because he didn't get into a phone booth to turn into Superman.
And real quick, I gotta commend something else about this. There's something else I forgot that I also liked. I liked at the end of the movie, during the credits, that I saw Lex Luthor for once. I've not seen Lex Luthor in these movies, and he appeared for a few seconds. I was like, oh, that's Lex Luthor. Not whoever the fuck that person was in the last movie trying to pretend to be Lex Luthor. That's Lex Luthor. You can work on it a little bit, but that's Lex Luthor.
While we're on that scene, Deathstroke looked really good too.
He did. His outfit looked amazing.
I guess I didn't finish watching.
You didn't go.
You didn't watch the? Oh, yeah. There was two.
His outfit. Credits. He had a real outfit on, and it looked amazing. And you see that, you're like, you can do that with Cyborg. People make amazing outfits all the fucking time. Like everything doesn't need to be CGI butthole. I don't like when you can, like, one of my top 5 movies all time, The Thing, came out in the 80s. Watch that movie now. The practical effects are still good. It is disgusting. It is amazing. It is beautiful. How creepy and realistic it looks. How, like, the drool, the blood, the tentacles. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
There's no CGI butthole in there.
Malo loves him some tentacles.
I love me some tentacles ripping people apart. Fuck yeah. But nowadays, and then the prequels, I'm talking about other shit. Yeah, no, hold on. How the fuck are you going to make a prequel to a movie that's like what is known for the paranoia between everyone too, but it's also known for its practical effects and have no practical effects. Everything's CGI. They even gave them practical effect monsters, and they covered it with CGI. It's like you realize that you have to go with practical effects with this movie because that's what people want from this kind of movie. I don't want a fucking prequel. Yeah, oh yeah, what happens to Norwegians? Blah blah blah. That's cool, whatever. But don't come at me with this fucking fake CGI shit. I'm looking at it and I know it's fake. When I look at something that's real and I can tell it's real, it's more effective. You know, I see that gross tentacle monster with the teeth and the dog's head and screaming and it's drooling everywhere. I feel that. I get creeped out because I'm looking at that shit.
Tentacles and drool.
Yeah, tentacles. It's basically a hentai with no fucking. So I look at that and I'm like, that's creepy because I can imagine touching that. I can imagine the heat from that. I look at fucking Cyborg Superman. I'm like, I mean, not Cyborg, just Cyborg. I'm looking at him like he's just like a little cartoon running around. Like, what? Come on.
Nice.
Oh fuck.
So angry.
I know, and I don't. This movie doesn't even warrant that. That's kind of like heightened emotion, which is saying a lot for me.
Okay, just thinking on it. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about the Dark Side Steppenwolf thing.
Yeah.
Since Steppenwolf had failed the first time, I think something that would have been nice or could have been a better direction to take this film is, okay, he lost 3 mother boxes.
Yeah.
He's forced back to Apocalypse. Maybe this whole time, these thousands of years, like, Darkseid has been treating him like trash, like just
like a lap dog?
Like, torturing him, everything, whatever you want, literally hell. And this could be like, this is my chance to, go back to where I failed and redeem myself.
That would have been character development on his part.
And then also, again, have him fail at the end and now be scared. Like, last time was torture. Next time, whatever consequences I'm going to face is going to be so much more worse.
Yeah, but instead he was worshiping the boxes as if they were a person. Even though, the comics, like, everyone has a fucking mother box up there with the new gods. It's not this terraforming thing. Okay, speaking of terraforming, fuck. So yeah, the terraforming thing. All right, so you know this. In Man of Steel, when Zod came by, he was terraforming Earth. This is the second fucking time they tried to terraform Earth, and also on previous movies. In the last 3 movies, if you count Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Man of Steel, and Batman vs Superman, all their villains are either wearing dark gray, or like black or something. They're all dark colors. None of them have fucking colors to them besides gray or black. Zod doesn't. The princess or enchantress doesn't. Doomsday doesn't, and Ares doesn't. They all have the same color scheme. Gray, black, and like light gray. Whatever. It's weird. It's weird that they all have the same fucking color scheme. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
And that's
dark is
just
evil.
poor.
It's like,
but then again, Marvel only likes to use green for their villains.
Apparently, they're good villains. That was like the thing I was trying to say. Like the villains that people like a lot are green. Like you got Loki, you got Hela, and you got the Vulture. They're green. They're wearing green, and people like them.
Well, I guess the first one to break that chain is Killmonger.
Killmonger's wearing multiple colors. Yeah, he's wearing blue and
gold
tan and gold and black and stuff like that. He's wearing multiple colors. Like, you get that to him. But I feel like it's weird that they're basically working off a grayscale for their villains, even though that's not true. I think I'm saying Killmonger. Fucking, what's his little bitch name? What is his name?
Steppenwolf.
Fucking forgot his name. Steppenwolf wears
That's how forgettable he is.
He wears like orange and red and bright colors and stuff.
In the comic?
In the comic, Zod wears bright red or like.
Well, it depends on.
Depends on it, but yeah, and Enchantress. I don't know shit about Enchantress. I can't really give it. That was a shitty movie to begin with. That's another thing entirely. And Ares is like wearing like fucking. What does he wear? Like,
are we doing post crisis? We doing?
Oh yeah,
because in post crisis he wears blue, like blue armor and all that, and then. In New 52, he's wearing a suit. Old man Ares, and.
But how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? The movies so far have their villains are gray. How's it?
I've only seen this one.
Okay. You haven't seen this one movie.
I've only seen Justice League.
But like, doesn't this seem kind of weird to you that they don't like to give their villains color? No.
I'm alright with it.
Okay.
Here's a question. What happened to Wonder Woman's lightning?
I don't see any lightning.
The lightning. Oh, exactly. That's the problem. Again, spoilers. Wonder Woman, we see her at the end, shooting
Oh.
Zeus's lightning blast
Oh yeah,
at Ares, and that's
Well,
like
she,
what
rubs
finishes him.
her fucking wrist together. She's
And
like,
it's like if that
Oh, yeah.
lightning is strong enough to kill a god, one, why didn't we see that in Batman versus Superman?
they don't talk to each other. It's like they make these movies and they just have the characters, not what they can do or what has happened to them in these movies.
And two, like I feel like that could have been really useful to whip out, especially against like Steppenwolf
Or fucking Superman.
Like I said,
Yeah.
Probably put a hole in Superman.
it would have put a hold on. I
Oh,
wouldn't
wait,
have
no,
used
no.
it. They
Yeah,
would
she
have been
would-
killing
no.
him.
Yeah, she would have probably killed Superman if she would have used.
I
that
can
against
understand not using it against him, but like against Steppenwolf,
him. Yeah,
against
she did-
Doomsday.
She did a blast where he went backwards, but the blast was established in Batman vs Superman. But yeah, she proved that she can like call down lightning or some shit and fucking put a hole in a god. And she put a hole in the god, she can fucking take out Steppenwolf. Yeah,
Even if it didn't take him out, it could have done something.
He's new god, right? And then I forget the power levels when it comes to those kind of people. But yeah, they didn't do that. Yeah, they were pretty useless when it comes to certain things. They're just like, let me just throw my whip at you and you use my fist and stuff like that.
Also, do all the gods like hang out? Because the way he was talking about, like, oh, you're born of the old god. Granted, yeah, he fought against some of them when he came last time, but I feel like the gods of the Greek gods and the gods of Apocalypse and new gods are kind of separate, not just in tiers, but like worlds. They're way apart.
Yeah, they are. New gods are not to the Olympian gods. They're not. No, they're not talking. I didn't think they were talking to each other. They're not having like Saturday night bromances. Go like, hey man, how many people worshiping you? I got a couple like 3 or 4 or 5 million. Like man, I got like 6 planets worshiping me. It's like, yeah, you on it, man. You really on it right now.
Like, I'm really loving that helmet, Orion. Like, doing good.
Oh yeah, that goofy ass helmet. Oh man! Even as a kid, I saw that. I was like, that shit looks goofy on you, dude. The movies is weird with the editing because this movies is directed by 2 different people, and I can kind of tell when Joss Whedon's doing a scene and when Zack Snyder's doing a scene. If it's like wonky dialogue and it sounds stupid, most likely Zack Snyder. If they're trying to be funny, it's Joss Whedon. If Batman's kind of pudgy, it's Joss Whedon. If Superman has his lips curling in, you can kind of tell that it's not really his lip. That's Joss Whedon. Anyone telling jokes? Joss Whedon. I don't know. Does Joss Whedon know how to do good fight scenes? I don't think he does. I don't think I've seen a fight scene that's like memorable. I know there's scenes that are memorable, like with the Hawk doing that little thing. Those right. moments.
But, there's humorous moments, but
yes.
It's not.
There's no Batman versus 20 people kind of thing. There's nothing like that. If you see that scene, you look at this movie and go like, you can't compare. Like you guys are sad sack of shit, man. Come on, get on your game.
You have to watch it.
Fuck that movie though. What else is like other issues I might have with this?
What did you think of the second end credit scene? The Barry running against Superman.
I don't know what the fuck that was for. I didn't no opinion whatsoever. I just saw that. I go like, okay, that's a thing. I'm sitting there going like, the Flash is gonna win. Like the Flash is fast. Like if you can run so fast that you fucking go forward or backwards in time, like that's it.
Even though they cut that out,
they're not gonna. I don't think did Barry Allen. No,
the whole. Lois is the key.
When he was running, yeah, they did. They didn't do that shit. So yeah, when Barry Allen was running from the Death Racer, right? That's when he became the Lightning that created himself, right?
Well, we have multiple times where he became. But yeah,
multiple times he did that.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, okay.
Time travel.
So basically, I don't know if you know. Okay, so with Barry Allen, no. I'm letting him. He's knows more about this than I do. But I have to go ahead. All
right. So Barry Allen ran so fast that. Not only did he go back in time, he became pure energy, and he became the very lightning bolt that struck him in his lab to begin with.
Yeah.
That's badass.
So it's essentially like he gave himself his own powers.
Yeah. Fucking badass. Because he was running from one of them I read was that he was running from death itself. And he was like, you're not going to get me. The guy was like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And he's like, no. And then that's when he fucking ran so fast that he became lightning. And it was like, that's fucking awesome.
That's pretty badass.
It is. And that's not the Barry we got.
No, we didn't get that.
We got a really funny Barry.
No.
Yes.
No, we didn't. What else is there?
I don't got any negatives.
I know, you're just here for the ride, man. I know. This is me and Zim right here, just going off on the shit we like about this movie. Would I recommend this movie? Yes.
I think actually no. Okay, based on what I've seen, this movie hopefully is supposed to set up origin movies for like Aquaman later on. I'm praying that they don't do Flashpoint, even though they said that the Flash movie is going to be Flashpoint. We already have the Wonder Woman movie before. I feel like you can get into each character without watching this movie. They're going to do a Batman movie later on anyways. I would say just watch those other movies. I don't think there was enough in this movie to connect them. Like, we know that Wayne Manor is going to be the new Hall of Justice, but I don't think you need to know that moving forward. I don't think we need to know Steppenwolf because he's going to be very forgettable. And when Darkseid comes, hopefully he'll be a lot better. I don't think there's anything in this movie that we'll need moving forward.
I agree with that. There's nothing in this movie that you had to sit down and watch that you couldn't get from clips online that will just give you the best parts of this movie. If you like superheroes movies, I guess, watch it, but you just know that you get an inferior product. Just know that. When I went to go see Batman vs. Superman in theaters, I knew that people were talking shit about it, but I didn't think I'd be that bad. It was that bad. I got angry with it because I was like, it's not that bad. Come on, people just thought it's whatever. And I watched it. I was like, okay, it is that bad. With this one, because of Man of Steel, because of Suicide Squad, because of Batman vs. Superman, I don't believe in DC whatsoever. I think they failed to begin with, and I just don't want to waste my time with their movies, honestly. So I went in this movie having no expectation whatsoever. I had negative emotions toward this. I was like, I'm probably gonna watch a shitty movie, and I come in and watch this, like, oh, it's not a good movie, but it's not that bad. You know, it's shoulder shrug. It's like, you know, it's that, and yeah. I wouldn't really recommend it unless you really like the DC movies. Then hey man, like this fucker over here, then fucking go watch it.
If you love DC, just watch the animated movies. They're so much better.
The animated movies are so like, oh man, talking about the one where when was it set in the 20s or whatever. And the Last Frontier.
Last Frontier.
And then fucking Superman gets fucking blasted in the beginning and towards the middle part. And all the heroes are like, fuck, what are we going to do? This monster just blasted Superman. He was the strongest one. And they all had to work together to take out that monster. I was like, yes. No, you all can't rely on Superman to save you. And I love that. And Superman comes out at the very end. It's like, what did I miss? And it's like, don't worry, Superman, we got this because we are also heroes. We can save the earth without you. And they did. Yeah, it fucking was some hard work, but they did it. And I appreciate that. But if you want to watch fucking good DC movies, watch the DC animated ones. Yes, there's a few you should stay away from, like Flash Paradox. Stay away from that shit. All right.
I mean, even that one, like, it's just how it looks.
I have personal beef.
That's just how it looks.
I have personal beef with that one. Okay.
Dude, I am biased. Beef with everything.
I do have beef with everything.
You know what? I'm just going to say, definitely go watch this movie because it won the Academy Award.
It did. Don't lie to our
audience. It won Bard's Academy Award for best movie ever. Not Larry's or who the fuck owns that shit. I don't know. Yeah, that's my feelings on it. You know, shoulder shrug. That's how I rate this.
10 out of 10.
Got nothing else for this, man. I'm tired. Didn't really care for the movie, even though I had a lot of shit to talk about it. It's like I said, it's a half step in the right direction. If they can keep one director and they can, you know, give me a somewhat not even somewhat. I want an entertaining movie. I'm tired of like grading them on like a curve. That's what I feel like. I grade DC movies on a curve, and I grade like Marvel movies on a scale. It's like, it wasn't that bad. It's at least it's better than this piece of shit down here. But you know, whatever.
Right. So, let's get us something that changes the game. That changes the DC game.
I liked it. I'm gonna watch all the movies now.
I don't know, Deathstroke. Like I feel like if they use Deathstroke correctly, it can, like, if they take the fight scenes that they did in Batman vs. Superman and have stuff like that throughout the movie, just like topping, you're like, wow. Then yes. Then I can go like, okay, DC, you got me hooked again. But they didn't even do that. They give me standard bullshit. I punch you, you punch me, I run over here. Fuck off with that shit. And fuck you, Barry Allen. That's how I'm gonna end it. All right. This has been
Remember, this is if you have any ideas or thoughts of what we should watch, review, read, anything like that, 3WTA Podcast. That's our Facebook. Also at 3WTA Podcast is our Twitter.
This has been whatever we want to talk about. This is Major Malice on that. Signing out.
This is Bard.
Zen is calling it a night.
Oh, come on, man. You're not even let me do my thing?
Screw your thing.
Come on, get in the boat. Come on, get in the boat. Fish, fish. Aquaman.
I don't know anymore.